Alright, what's up everyone? This is NinjaDeathStrike bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. My opponent this time is Sabby, and you can see there from the preview screen, he's using a Drizzle team with Swift Swimmers, which is definitely not legal. But he said he didn't know, so I figured we'd just go with it and see what happened. Anyhow, I lead with Thunderous because I figured, 125 base special attack plus stab and life orb, guaranteed to kill Politoed, right? No, it doesn't. And I get smacked with an ice beam. I barely survive. So again, Thunderous kind of doesn't do nearly as much as I expected him to, especially since he's apparently going to be Uber. Maybe I just suck with him, but he didn't work out too well for me in this match. Again, you can see hit Latios with a Thunderbolt as it comes in, and then go for HP Ice, which again should kill, right? No. Fails to kill again. I get hit with Thunderbolt, and Thunderous goes down before he gets a kill. He does a decent amount of damage to both of them, but I expected more from him. Anyhow, at least Latios is at low enough health that I can easily come in and revenge kill it with a Mach Punch from Lennon. And now Sabby switches in this thing, which his name is Behem, I believe. So I switch out into Nike, expecting that I'll be able to sponge the special attack very easily, but man, that does a crap load of damage. So this thing is obviously Specs, and I also suspect that it has the ability Analytic, which raises its power if it goes second. And that's also illegal. It's a Dream World ability that hasn't been released yet, so since it doesn't have Synchronize, I'm guessing that's what it has. I'm not 100% sure, but again, not playing with a legal standard set. So it takes out Nike before he gets to do anything but poison it. And at least I know it's locked into Psychic. I'm free to bring in Hate and get some damage. I go for a safe Dragon Pulse. Does a decent chunk to Ludicolo. He gets the Ice Beam, though, since he's faster with Swift Swim. And I get frozen for the second match in a row. This happened right after the last battle I posted. So this is match number 2 where I get frozen. Hate, obviously, is not going to be able to do anything else. So I leave him in as fodder and bring in Crack as Whack just so I can paralyze it and neutralize that Swift Swim ability. And hopefully I'll be able to deal with it later now that it's slow. So he goes for Teeter Dance, which confuses me. I'm going to switch out here predicting the Ice Beam, knowing that Crow ought to be able to take it decently. I get a little bit of hacks there, though, and he gets paralyzed. So I'm free to set up my rocks here as he brings Behem back in. And I know these things can run Thunderbolt, so that's what I'm going to expect. I'm going to switch back into Crack as Whack, and that is, in fact, what he goes for. You can say, even though it's not very effective, I still take a crap ton of damage thanks to the ability and the specs. But now I know he's not going to want to stay in, so I'm going to go for the Worry Seed, just because if he did stay in, I wanted to see what ability it had. I wanted to see if it did have Analytic, and I'd be able to disable the ability of whatever he brought in, especially if he brought in another Swift Swimmer. He goes into Drapion, though, so I go for Stun Spore, miss, then he goes for Poison Jab, and not only hits, but gets the poison. And this is where the battle is going to start to get really, really haxy. You'll see it just gets to a ridiculous level here these next few turns. I miss my second Stun Spore in a row as he actually misses Ice Fang, and then I just decide to U-turn out, but turns out he's faster, so he must have been running some speed EVs. I get taken out with a Crunch, but I go into Lennon, because Lennon can take whatever this thing wants to throw at it, right? Well, he gets another critical hit, or his first critical hit here with Crunch, which is okay because I resist. So I figure I'm still going to be able to set up as many bulk ups as I want. This thing won't be able to touch me. This turn I go for Payback, predicting Behem to come back in, but he stays in and goes for Earthquake. So I don't get a whole lot of damage. And now that I know that he probably wants to stay in, I'm going to set up another bulk up here. But he gets a second crit. So I live with barely any health, 26 HP, and I get my second bulk up. So now I'm as good as dead. Unless he does something really stupid, he's going to take me out, and I'm not going to be able to deal with the rest of his team. Luckily, Sabby makes a really bad choice here. He thinks Ice Fang is going to be enough to finish me off, but it's not. So I just barely live, and I'm able to get the Drain Punch, get back up to a decent amount of health, and I recover my hit points before Rugged Helmet activates. Floatzel comes in. It has Swift Swim, but it doesn't matter because it can't take a +2 Mach Punch from Lennon, and it's just going to go down like a punk before it gets to do anything. So that was nice. I believe he brings in Politoed next, who's definitely at low enough health that another Mach Punch is going to be able to finish it off. And now he's going to bring in his Ludicolo, who's paralyzed, which is great because I'm going to be able to Drain Punch it and get back up into the green health. So now Lennon is single-handedly turning this match around for me. I had no business winning this match, and I just got a lucky mistake from my opponent. I was really able to turn the tide here, and he brings in his last Pokemon, Behemoth. So I know Lennon's going to go down here. He obviously wants to go for Psychic, so I'm going to go for Mach Punch just to get a little bit of extra damage, knowing that Psychic's going to take me out. But since he has Specs, he's locked into that attack, and I'm free to bring in Crow, who's going to be able to resist it and finish it off with a Brave Bird. So that was a really, really haxy battle, especially there in the middle. I had no business winning it against a team of Swift Swimmers and with just horrible luck, but somehow miraculously I was able to pull it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Stay tuned. I'll have more coming your way shortly. Thanks.